Hello again. I want to give you an example about ego death. um, how it's possible to experience and analyze and understand a different point of view of what is triggers and the ego or ego death your child, and exactly how it looks when something is your ego and not your real feelings. I made one of my first videos that was actually in Spanish. I was talking about this particular experience that I had with one of my friends, my childhood friends, and that specific experience. It's funny how shit happened, because that day when I got this download and I have a ego death, I say quote unquote ego death because you don't need to kill your ego. Your ego is needed for you, okay? The ego is what helps you to recognize trouble or problems, but we have to have a balance. You cannot get rid of your ego, and you should not get rid of your ego. You just have to balance and know the difference when it's your ego or it's you. Happening in your mind, okay? So it's funny how this happened, because that particular day when I got this epiphany download or whatever you want to call it, was the same day that I have my near-death experience. The same day a lot of shit happens, and I think it was meant to be like that. I think I was supposed to have this ego death before my near-death experience, because when I got my near-death experience, when I was poisoned, these people used that magic. When I came back as my higher self, and it's like before. It's like a before and after of that specific day, that specific experience. That day is like a mark, okay? I just had my awakening before. I went through a lot of stuff before. I went through a lot of deaths before, but this one was very, very, very very strong experience, because it was too much happening in the same day. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna start by telling you that I have this beautiful friend from elementary school. I used to have two friends in elementary school when I was like 4th grade, and they were my best friends back then. I still love them. I still talk to them sometimes, both of them. But one of them, I lose her track for many years, and the other one I was more in touch, and then I lose track of her too, because I moved to Mexico City from my town city to another city, and then I moved over here. So obviously I lost contact with a lot of my friends. I was growing up and all these things, and I missed contact with them until after a few years. But one of them, the one that I lost contact first, I found her a few years after I was married, and I sent friend request, and I found her like 2 or 3 pages of her, and she never accepted, okay? So I was like, oh, okay, she's a public figure, okay? She's a very beautiful soul that works to empower women in the world, to guide woman to be their own boss. Okay, it's a beautiful job. The things that she does. That she's multifaceted, and I admire her strength. She's been losing a lot of loved ones and going through it too, and she's still going. Okay, God is being so good to her, and she's always being strong through it all, and she still have the heart to help other women to feel empowered. So obviously my ego back then, when she didn't accept my request, I was like, the first thing that you think is like, well, maybe because she's now a public figure, maybe she don't want to talk to me, maybe she, I don't know, she feels like she's better. But that was my ego, right? A stupid thing, I know, but it's things that cross your mind sometimes. You feel rejected. You feel that because you feel rejected, the other person or the other people feel like they're better than you, but it's all in your head. It's your own projections of what you feel inside of you. It has nothing to do with them, okay? But I didn't understand it like that back then. So years passed, okay? That was when I was in Mexico City. When I came over here, not a long time ago, I found her again, and I sent her a friend request. And this time she accepted, but she practically I don't want to say ignore me, but she didn't answer to me as fast as I was expecting it. And I started judging and criticizing her again, thinking like, oh yeah, you feel you're better, maybe because you are public figure or whatever, you don't want to have nothing to do with me, you just forgot about me and you don't care. And it was my ego, okay? So I block her and tell my other friend, because we are friends, we three still are friends, and I told her, like, she didn't answer me and this and that, and I feel like, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know what she thinks about me, and just making up stuff in my fucking head, because my ego was telling me that. It was my own projections of how I was feeling. Obviously I didn't understood why I was feeling like that. I just feel rejected and less than her for stupid reasons. So time passed, and she kept posting, obviously she posts a lot of stuff on a daily basis. She's very, very active. Like I said, she's a public figure. She's a very important person. She's very skilled and very multifaceted. She's a beautiful soul. I love her. She knows I love her. And I told to her, and I explained to her, and I actually say I'm sorry, even though she never knew what was going on in my face, in my head. I told her I was sorry for the misconception about her, judging her and assuming things that was not the truth, just by my own ego, okay? She obviously didn't know about all this. She said she never meant to, make me feel like that. She didn't know I was feeling like that. And I say, it's okay. It's not you. It was not your problem. The problem was mine. And when I apologized to her, it was after I had my ego dead. Because, like I said, she posts a lot of stuff. Now she lives she lives in Veracruz too, but where is the beach? So she loves to run, in the mornings on the beach. So she posts beautiful sunsets and beautiful, the mornings and the sun, the beach, and how happy she is in that environment with her life, how whole she was feeling, And inside of me, I was jealous, I was jealous. I was feeling like I don't know. I'm not gonna say envy, but I was jealous that I didn't have that life. I wasn't happy with myself. She's single, but she's happy with herself, and I was still, with my ex, and I was not happy, and I didn't have the things that she have, and all that made me feel insecure. But obviously I didn't see it. I just reacted, but I didn't understand, and I didn't see what was exactly happening inside of me. I was just letting my ego misguide me or mislead me, whatever, to make assumptions. Okay, so I'm sorry, you can hear my stomach. I'm fasting today, but anyway, so this particular day, I remember, for some reason I feel the need to listen to Christian songs, if you want to call it like that. Christian songs, songs that are from people that believe and love God, Jesus. And that particular day, it's like my angels were telling me, I need you to be in this frequency, because Christian songs, I'm not talking about religion, but Christian songs, because the messages are so positive and in a certain frequency that help you to feel uplifted, to feel happy, to feel whole, to feel connected with Source, with Jesus. Okay, so the frequency of these messages uplift your soul, and it helps a lot when you are depressed. It helps a lot when you are under psyche attacks and all these things. When you start listening to songs like this and really understanding the message, it helps you a lot to raise your frequency, instead of just be depressed and be the victim of the psyche attack, gaslighting, and all these things, or even black magic, the magic. These kind of songs, because the messages are so pure from the heart of these people that transform their own lives by following God, the frequency is so different, is high. Okay, so my guides told me, or guide me, to tune in with these songs. So I put these songs with my speaker, and I remember going to the bathroom, and I remember I was brushing my teeth, I think, and I started having these visions of her running in the beach with the sun, and I didn't understood why I had these visions of her. What is going on? I was brushing my teeth, but Spirit keeps showing me her, and being happy, being whole, being just herself, and running on the beach. And I just start crying. My soul start crying. My soul start feeling like I want to be her. I want to do that. That is the life that I want, to feel free. It was more about freedom. It was something symbolic in my mind, but what my spirit wants was the freedom. Okay, the freedom that she had, that I couldn't get by myself. So I was jealous. So I understood that it was my ego, that it has nothing to do with her, but it was my own inner crying for my own freedom, because I have a free spirit. And since I remember everything and anything or everyone that makes me feel like I had to be in a box, to me it's a completely no, because I am a free spirit. So if I'm going through an experience that is making me feel somehow in a cage, or having a leash, codependent of a man, of a house, of a work, or a situation, that kills my soul, because I am a free spirit. I just can't. Anything that can make me feel like wants to control me is a no for me. There's nothing that I'm not gonna say hate, but I dislike more in this life, is to be to have the feeling that somebody wants to control me, either a workplace, a partner, a situation, or even society, or whatever. I was not born to be controlled, period. And that's why I escaped the matrix successfully, because I don't allow nothing to control me, my feelings, my mind, etc., etc. But I was still being controlled by my own ego. That was the thing that I haven't assessed back then. Okay, I didn't thought about it. I didn't understood. Like I say, I was reading a lot about ego date, and it was clicking in my mind, but I didn't understood it very well, exactly what kind of ego situations I had to handle. Okay, how to balance the ego. When was my ego talking, or my heart, okay, or my mind? What exactly was leading me? So I start getting all the downloads, and I start getting all the information. It's you. You are projecting your own insecurities. You are projecting your lacks. You are projecting your strong desires that you just can't fulfill, because you haven't found a way to do so. So your ego is showing you everything you lack, but because it's not balanced, you are having misconception of something that is not real. Okay, like I say, she didn't even knew how I was feeling. She's a very busy woman, and she have, I bet, hundreds of mails and messages on a daily basis, because she's a very, very, very busy woman, and she lives her life. She's not just on doing her own stuff, but she also has her own life. But obviously I didn't understood all that. I was just projecting my stupidity. So when I started having all these downloads and all these epiphanies, I understood that it was my ego, that nothing was on her. No, it wasn't her heart or her mind rejecting me. I was rejecting myself, because I didn't feel enough to be her friend, if that makes sense. It was just a stupid shit in my mind that I didn't even understood. Okay, I was just letting my ego lead me, and fuck with my heart and my feelings, instead of understood what was happening. So I had to go within and understood, well, why I feeling like this, why I am mad, why I'm feeling like she don't care about me, why I feel jealous. And then I understood that it was because I needed to be free, because I am a free spirit. And it was symbolic. She running on the beach with this beautiful sun, being free, was very symbolic for my soul. And that was when I understood what I was going through, and what it needed to be done for me to heal my ego, to heal and take action, to free myself and empower myself to and be the person that I want to be, without feeling jealous about other people's life, but make my own life, make my own reality, create my own ambience where I can be free. Okay, free from here. And from here, it's not just where you are. You can be in isolation, you can be even in prison, and you can be free. Like the Mandela effect. You can be free. It doesn't matter where you are. As long as you are free here and here, you're gonna be fine. Because it's not just the environment, it's not just the 3D experience, but it's also knowing who you are and where are you standing. And I started understanding all this when Spirit showed me myself, when Spirit mirrored my own self, my shadows, my ego, is when everything came. And I was crying, because obviously I feel so bad so bad to be feeling like this about her, because she's so sweet, she's so nice, and she's going through it. She's been going through it all her life too. And I was selfish. I was just listening to my ego, not my heart, and projecting my own lacks, my own insecurities. So this particular moment, this particular situation helped me understand how, when you feel triggered about somebody or something, is because it's something inside of you. The triggers are nothing but you higher self showing you, mirroring you, the things that you need to work on inside of you with your own self. It has nothing to do with the people that you see, that you envy, that you feel jealous, that you feel some kind of way. It's not them, it's you. Once you go within and you heal and you understood and you get all these things, whatever you feel about a person is gonna be gone. Believe me. Once I went through all these things, the only thing that was there was my love for her and the big friendship that I always been feeling since I was 9-10 years old when I met her. And from that day, I used that as a guidance. Every time I feel some kind of way, I check myself and I go within, analyze everything, and that's how I can now tell about my ego and my heart, about what is real and what is my own projection, from my own insecurity, my own lacks, my own unhealed wounds. So to me, that specific situation and experience is been guiding me through more than a year now. Yeah, year and 1 month, 2 months. For me, it's like that guidance. Every time I feel like something's going on, I go back to the experience and I'm like, okay, I had to slow down. I had to check myself. It's not them, it's me. So what I need to fix, what I need to solve, what I need to analyze, what I need to heal. And I start checking myself. And that's how I find the trigger to be a little bit like a salvation for me, because I use all triggers, I use them as a guidance for me to heal, because every trigger is just your mirror of what is unresolved inside of you. And that's how I found the way how to guide and inspire others and help them see that triggers are nothing but your own insecurities, your own lacks, your own misconceptions, your own inner wounds and problems and traumas. It has nothing to do with them. Even when the people is, because some people are nasty, some people are really, really egoistic, some people are very narcissistic, but they still can trigger you, okay? They still can trigger you and you still can get something good from it. Hold on! You still can get the lesson and obviously better your experience, okay? So I hope this helped you to understand more about triggers and the ego death, and you can find something positive in my message and my experience. As always, I love you, bless you. Thank you for watching me. Bye-bye.